Good morning and welcome to day 4 of the Australian Ultimate Championships. We're now in the Division 1, coming to you live from Nelson Bay on Kayo Freebie. Simon Talbot here with Beck Walbridge, and we're underway already. We're straight into it, Beck.
Oh, it's very exciting. Two very exciting teams to watch, actually. They play some pretty active ultimate, fast-paced, so looking forward to this game.
We've got Blueberries coming out of Auckland, New Zealand, who will start on offence first. First pull went out of bounds, so Nikki Boats will start 20 metres upfield for the first offensive possession of the weekend. We see them playing a horizontal formation. Big shot going up from Boats, looking for Yong.
Great read.
She's got McGuinness on her own and goes in for the first goal. And the Blueberries get the first one.
Some really good, exciting play there. Love it when they put it up, get that long, and such a great read on that disc. So being able to follow the flight path and grab that grab there. Well done.
Of course, Manly, our Eastern region heavyweights.
Yeah, Manly, bit of an unknown coming into this tournament because they've played with some different players throughout the season in the lead-up tournaments. So exciting to see them in their full-strength team. And they've got Lara, who's helping out, kind of coaching, was playing with them, unfortunately was injured, but now is just guiding the team and giving them a bit of extra support, which is great.
So weather conditions, it's warm and sunny at the moment. There's a bit of a breeze going from bottom to top of the screen as we take a look at the Manly Mavericks team list.
So we've got a couple of players to keep a bit of an eye on. We've got some veterans of the team here, Lacey Moore and Holly Reeve, been playing for a while. They'll really be guiding the team. A new up-and-comer, exciting to watch, is Natalie Odden. Very excited to see what she can pull out.
So Manly with their first offensive point. That pull is going to drift out of bounds.
I think just learning the wind here early on in the game.
Yeah, just first couple of points of the game, teams will just, they won't do anything too outlandish. They'll just sort of feel each other out, feel the conditions. And so Australian Strawn will start for Manly. They've got their stack set pretty deep off the left of screen there, so not much coming towards her. Thanks back to Shaban, back to Reeve. Chen to Longley. Puts the big shot up. Looking for Reeve, who's drifted long, and she's read that beautifully and finds Otten in the end zone for Manly's first goal.
That's nice. That was some beautiful play there. They really just settled with the disc at when, as you said earlier, there was a really deep stack, so they were quite deep at the field, and they just were happy to just reset it, pass it along sideways for a bit before looking for that open shot.
And you'll see teams that are obviously team swap ends after each goal. Teams that are going from left to right, you'll see them try and work the disc to the near side of the screen back before taking that shot.
Yeah, well, I mean, as we've seen with the wind the first couple of times with that pull and throwing it up at the start of the game, they have struggled to keep it in, so it makes sense with the wind at the moment. Yeah,
the wind will push those throws from bottom to top of screen, so they'll try and work shorter passes to this near side before taking those long shots towards the high side.
Paying off for now.
Yeah, for now.
Yeah, notice they're also matching up player on player at the moment, so we haven't seen any defensive pressure coming from anywhere else on the field. Just the match-up at the moment.
So the score's 1-1. We're a couple of minutes into the game. As we see Manly, another pull that's going to drift out of bounds. This will go a shorter, so I wouldn't be surprised to see Blueberries take this one from the sideline. So when the pull goes out of bounds on the fall, teams have the option to take what's called the brick mark, which is that centre field 20 metres up, or they could take it from wherever it went out of bounds. It looks like Blueberries are going to take the sideline option, puts them about halfway to goal. That one's gone a bit high. And
great chase.
Fantastic run through D there by Sarah Laws. Anderson has a good long look upfield. And
running a bit too fast.
Yeah, Christine Wang had to have second go at that, and there we go, another fumble.
I think that was a bit of a rushed throw then to get it off and get some movement.
Laura House wants to get it moving quickly. Not much coming towards her, though. Content just to sort of work it around until they've got a clear shot of that end zone. But cuts are coming from everywhere at the moment. It's looking tidy, so Anderson's going to have to look soon. Takes the shot, finds Wang with a cleaner catch this time. Stoddard. About 15 from goal. And Wang this time finds herself in the end zone. Manly, it looked pretty hectic cutting out there, Beck.
Yeah, well, I was just noticing the New Zealand defence, they just are managing to stay with them. They're matched for speed. They seem to be matched for kind of smarts as well. Like both teams seem to be very switched on, paying attention to the movements of the other team, which is making it very difficult, I think, for the traditional just run and catch. They're going to one team's going to have to smarten up a little bit, change the plan. It was interesting when the disc went out, that first pull, they came in with a horizontal stack and they got a bit stuck on that sideline, forced that throw, as you said, to come over to our side of the field, or the down side of the field. Yeah.
So we take a look at the Blueberries squad there. Players to watch here. Laylee Bender, number 18. One of their key throwers, also number 77, Janelle Simpson. And we're also going to keep an eye on number 53, Emma Menzies. Keep an eye on her work rate on offense and defense. And so Manly's got the first defensive break of the game, so a 1-goal margin, but
at the moment pretty evenly matched.
Yeah, so this ball's going to land inbounds. Couple of cuts coming at once. Picked out Hoogland. Boats taking their time. They're really taking their time on their throws, really just being certain of their options.
Oh,
Reed
great
with a great run through deep block there.
Just that timing.
So a chance for another defensive break. She points to where she wants it.
Oof.
Goes long.
Oh, that's so risky. It nearly paid off, though. Nearly paid off.
Yeah, I think she was trying to spot Strawn or Anderson at the back there, but just out of reach for the two of them. So
now New Zealand got a bit stuck on the bottom of the side of our screen before, so it'll be interesting to see if they try and keep it on the far side of the field.
Simpson. And a couple of easy throws out to this side. McGuinness puts a high one up. There's going to be a couple underneath this one, but great read there.
Good backup.
Right there, Ireland got her first hands on that one, but there's been a call made back. Half the players have stopped off to the left of screen there, and we can see everyone waving, saying the players stop call. I think, what?
It was back at the throw that was near on the bottom left-hand side of the screen. Yeah. I think they're just chatting to each other and figuring out what exactly the call was and when it happened.
Going to come back from travel call.
I think it may have been a travel on that big throw that went up over the top.
Yeah. Okay.
Not sure, though. Waiting for hand signals. We do have some advisors on the sideline which help us get that little bit of extra information. Sometimes it can be a bit difficult, though, particularly when you get excited. The play just keeps going.
Tia Tuffy McGuinness there has the disc. Would have been on her throw, so she'll restart with possession. No stall count, though, because I was near her, and now the players just working out approximately where they were when the throw happened.
So part of being self-umpired is that sometimes you do have these longer conversations, but it's good to sort it out, and it looks like it's happening in a really positive way and respectful way, which is always good to see.
Where were we 3 passes ago? All right, so McGuinness to restart with Reeve on the mark. She's got a couple drifting deep, but opposite the short option. Tia Lennart's great breakthrough out to McGuinness. They keep working to that high side. Big, just overcooked that forehand there. That was Simpson.
She saw an opportunity, though, and it was, good opportunity to take, but unfortunately, Manly were just right in front.
Yeah. Strong to restart right in the corner. Puts it out of Reeves' reach, and so golden opportunity here for Blueberries to get this one back. They've only got a couple of minutes to go. The centre field, so good field position. And put the wider throw. I think that was the opening cut there from I think it was Ireland there. She went, but then juked back right as the throw came out. So it was...
Yeah, faked out her own player.
Yeah, you know it's a good fake when it sells when it sells everyone. So.
And she had it. She if she kept running, she would have had it. But sometimes you don't have that foresight, unfortunately. Here we go.
Big long throw there. Hannah Chen's underneath this one. Puts the hand. She had her hand out for a long time and gets a little bit.
Great eyesight there by Reeves.
Yeah, gets a little bit of contact after the throw. A bit of an apology there, but
beautiful throw.
We're going to see a lot of that from Manly later in the game. I'm surprised they're taking those long shots early. So Good coverage there on the cutters. They're going to have to go wide, and that's a fantastic pinpoint throw to Yong. Not many options forthcoming here. She's going to have to get it out. She'll probably just pin it long. That's terrific defense there from Manly. They earn that possession back for sure. Reeve finds Anderson. Centre field about 50 from goal. Strawn. Another overthrown one. Boats for the Blueberries now looking around it everywhere. Got the full 360 vision. And Simpson pops that one up looking for Yong. It's probably going to be too far for her.
Seems like Blueberries were waiting for that opportunity for a while. They've been kind of trying to get their handlers, the people around the disc, really moving to get that momentum going, while the people downfield are kind of a bit stationary, waiting for that player to get it on the run and just be able to put it. It seems to be their kind of go-to, but it also means that they're getting a bit stuck when they've got the disc because there's nothing happening downfield for them. So we'll see if it does continue, to happen, or if they change tact in a little bit. Manly just generating so much open space.
So here, see Shaban, they've got two handlers sort of pinned upfield a little bit. So it looks like they're going to be trying to work in a little isolation play with those three. Huge layout bid there from Cardi, but can't secure it. So another opportunity for Boats. They're going to move to an end zone play now. They're going to isolate one of their cutters at the top there in a one-on-one. Can't get it to her, so I'll swing the disc here. Simpson.
Oh, that was close.
Yong has one look at the end zone, two looks, three looks. Simpson right on the line now, and there we go.
Nice,
yep.
Nice. Got it there. They're still playing in a very small part of the field. They need to, when they did earlier in the point, they managed to get it across to the other side of the field, and that's where they generated a lot of movement. But they seem to be working it within a 5-metre space.
We'll head down to Daniel Clanton on the sideline. Daniel, what have you seen?
Well, good morning, Simon. Just some information about Manly. They're missing Lacey Moore and Di Warman at the moment. They're going to join the team on Friday. Taylor Cardi currently carrying a hamstring injury. The plan for her is to play 50% and ease her into the tournament.
Thanks, Daniel. That's a couple of big outs for them this morning. But
absolutely. But doesn't seem to be affecting them too much at the moment.
No, it's not really going to change their play style when they bring those players in. It's just going to mean that players like perhaps Shirin Shaban, who's getting a lot of stop this possession at the moment, might play further downfield later in the tournament. So it's good to get those reps in, and that pool's gone wide. It might drift back in. Don't think it's going to. So Manly are going to get possession from where it went out of bounds. It's going to be... We can't quite see from this side where it went out, but it looks like it's going to be pretty much an end zone play.
Let's see what they can do with it. We've seen New Zealand's end zone play a few times. So House
to restart about 20 from goal, straight infield to Chang. He's in centre field now, gets a look, and cute, massive hand block there.
She was ready to go for it as well, but unfortunately the handler's not ready.
Great read of the play there by Ruhlman. Carter.
Whoa. And just stopped running at the wrong moment.
Yeah, another one-pass turnover for Blueberries. They're really going to have to iron those out. House right on the end zone line, puts a high one up, looking for...
great hands. I don't know if she's left-handed, but that was awesome.
That was Christine Wang for her second goal.
That was, up high, left-handed grab. Gotta love that. So we seem to be having a lot of the turnovers happening from the handlers, the people around the disc for the Blueberries. They seem to be very focused on just throwing it to their handlers. So,
and as counterintuitive as it feels back, the shorter passes are actually very difficult to execute, aren't they?
Absolutely, particularly when you've got two defenders in there with you. It's a lot of people in a small amount of space. It makes it a bit tricky. But this throw, so well done, well read, beautiful work.
Just stuck the jerk out and reeled it in. So 3-2 to Manly. Ticking up to 16 minutes into the game. So 100-minute games we have. So it's either first to 15 goals, or if we reach 100 minutes before other teams got to 15, that score target is adjusted. So
It seems at the moment we could be not reaching the
Yeah, it's been
getting to
played,
time
been
limit.
played at a decent old pace at the
Yeah.
moment.
First game, legs are fresh.
Yeah. First ball goes in. Here we see his own defensive look. Blueberries recognise and adjust straight away. Young puts a long shot down the line to McGuinness, but Oden's just gone,
Nope,
saw that out of the hand and just...
not my house.
Yeah. Oh, huge
that
layout
was
bid there from
huge.
Ireland.
Oh my gosh, what, just saying that, hey. Oh my goodness.
And this
Let
could be
me
the
know.
this could be the spark that brings Blueberries a bit of energy.
Oh, Ireland wants it. Look at her.
Simpson. Oh, she's got a free look at that high side. Doesn't choose to take it. Probably still got a bit of adrenaline going through the veins. Simpson now. Good shot to that high side. And
Tries to tap it in. Because you can actually, if you jump outfield and your feet haven't touched the ground out of bounds, and you flick it back in, that's still disc in play.
yeah, so Hooverland did well there to try and at least keep it in bounds, or keep her feet in bounds at least. But
didn't pay off. No one was there to pick it up, unfortunately.
5% less power on that throw. That would have been great. But Manly to start 64 from goal. Stoddard.
Ooh, I think there was some hand nick on that one.
Yeah. Good offensive movement now. Jen's got one look deep off the left of screen, but they're all going to come towards her now. Chang. Takes her time, has a good long look, and throws that to someone.
Now, it seems like at the moment that Manly, off the initial cut, they're just having someone hang out. So they've got one defender who's not playing on a player or actively close to that player. They're kind of playing a bit closer to the disc. Doesn't look like they're doing it now, of course, just as I explained that, but...
Simpson to Hooverland. Cuts aren't really coming towards her, so they're going to hit that high side. Ireland's gone deep, so the throw goes up from Teo Lennartz, and Ireland's come down with it. What a catch.
Two defenders there.
Yeah. Puts it out to Hooverland. Hooverland's got, looks at kind of one out, but keeps it reserved. Again, happy for just these simple lateral movements so they get a clear shot. And there we go, Young to Simpson.
Their favourite spot.
It seems the Blueberries, they're happy to really lean into that offensive flow down the field, but they hit that threshold near the end, about 10 metres out from the end zone. It's obviously a team plan to really, okay, let's slow down, stop pushing forward, let's move less laterally and try and get an easy one.
I think that that's a really difficult thing to do, and I think a lot of teams struggle to do that. And they really just go, they get overexcited, and then that's when you see a turnover happen. But they've quite a few times they've recognised, you can hear them actively on the field saying settle. They say it to each other, communicating. It's great. But how good was that D on that point from Ireland?
That came from nowhere too. Just
love it. Because doing that on offense, I think personally, doing that on defense is a little bit trickier because you've got to really go after it. So to do that just shows some great skill.
So 3-3, evenly matched game thus far. So the pull go up. This one will land in bounds and will give Manly about maybe 55 metres to goal. Strawn finds Reeve. Laws back to Strawn. Blueberries are really prioritising covering the deep shots here, so it's giving Manly plenty of looks cutting towards the disc.
Oh, that was a close one.
Kershaw to House. Bit crowded on this near sideline. She'll move it back to the centre. Strawn.
Oh, good hands.
Good catch, that one. Reeve. And puts that one up high and... easy in the end for Anderson. Usually you see those throws be a lot more flat and direct.
Yeah, interesting. And it's interesting, like, just as you say that, the wind picks up. So the wind is not a consistent breeze at the moment. And I think that that's impacting a little bit on the teams and the choices that they're making with the disc in their hand. Just a bit unsure of when to go for those big ones and when to hold back. Interesting you're saying in that point that, Blueberries are forcing, like they're standing a bit deep of them to force them to cut under. I think we saw before Manly have had quite a few long shots that they've taken that have resulted in a goal pretty easily for them. So, sometimes making them throw and catch more creates a higher likelihood of turnover occurring. So potentially Blueberries are changing that strategy just to build the pressure.
Yeah, try and make Manly have to work their cutters over a bit more.
Oh, look at that. Number one fan sitting on the car. Dedication that you get here in Newcastle.
So 4-3 to Manly.
But still anyone's game.
Oh, yeah. I think teams are still very much in the sizing each other up phase at the moment. I think we're not far away from this game finding another gear, but I think we'll be a couple more conservative play goals until then. So that pool didn't get a lot of height on it, but gets them pretty decent field position. So Blueberries have got about 40 to go from goal. Again, they're taking that sideline option. Simpson. Nice little give-go movement. Young. Not really putting a lot of pressure on the throwers here, but they have got it locked on now. They were more about covering territory than actual players there, Manly. But high lofty throw out, and yeah, Island had to go really early for that one. It just set up too high for her. Shane has drawn that time. The Blueberries doing a good job of covering those cuts towards the disc going this direction now. Otten, Stoddard. Got Longley deep, but Longley turns back under. She's got a lot of options going away from her now, so puts one up.
Oh, there was a lot of spin on that one. A bit of effort behind that one.
Yeah, but Boats just gets the arm behind it and brings it to ground.
Manly taking a second to find their players.
This looks like a zone-ish kind of look, but they'll transition to a match play once they make about halfway. And Young
worked.
Yeah, straight through the fingers. So, yeah, putting a different kind of pressure. We'll talk about that between the goals here, Beck. But Strawn's going to start play for Manly. Immediately looks to that high side. Hits Cardi. Cardi's gone for Studdo. He's had to turn around, but Otten there at the back with her second goal.
Snapped it over the top of her. So you're saying before, I mean, when you're talking about zone, it's not playing person on person. It's kind of mixing it up a little bit, putting some people in space. And Manly have done that a couple of times now, just to stop that initial few first throws, and then they go to that match D, that person on person D. Yeah,
they're using that zone to really try and pin them to particular field position, then switching to match. And we're still trying to work out if it's a certain point as they've advanced down the field, or I think it's when they get them close to a sideline.
Yeah.
They're starting to go, right, let's pin it down to match defense, which is interesting. Haven't really seen, we've seen different positional zones before, but nothing quite responsive like that. So timeout's been called, I suspect probably by Blueberries.
Yeah, it was by Blueberries, yep. So the reason they probably called this timeout is Manly's gotten a couple of points on the board, and they're just wanting to stop, reassess, figure out new game plan, just stop Manly from just getting a run on them.
Yeah, and it's been, let's not discredit Manly's defensive pressure, but all Blueberries' turnovers have come from throwing errors. Yeah,
and close to the disc as well. Yeah. Even, when the stall count has gotten quite high, instead of going for that long option, they're looking for that short pass, and that just, I think, is slowing them down a little bit, just making it a bit easier for Manly, should we say. But, I mean, there's been some great run-through Ds from Manly as well.
Yeah.
Just body in the right spot at the right time.
Yeah. It's going to be a fairly, as we see a couple of highlights here, it's been a fairly defensively intense game so far. Lots of blocks. As we see that one there again from Ireland. What a play. Of course, let's head down to Daniel Clinton and Amy Chang, who are able to eavesdrop a bit on those timeouts for us.
Well, the message was interesting out of the Blueberries. They said about how they want to stop taking what they're being given and go after what they want. Ambitious. Kelly Clark doing most of the talk there.
Interesting.
And Amy, were you able to listen to the Manly huddle.
Yeah, absolutely. For Manly, they were very relaxed coming into the timeout, and the message was stick to your core values that you'll be playing with over the entire tournament.
Yeah.
Look, I can't argue with what the Blueberries said, that,
Yeah.
you know, they've been playing a bit of a safe game, and we have
Yeah.
kind of discussed that in a roundabout way. But, yeah, going after it and going hard.
It feels like they are capable of more. So
Yeah,
let's see what they can
absolutely.
deliver. Good pull. That's going to put Blueberries in about 60 from goal. First pass is centred. Lots of cuts coming across the field, and Manly have gone with his zone look again. We'll keep an eye out for when they switch to that. Okay, so they've gone nice and early to that
Yeah, back to match.
one-on-one match
defense,
now.
yeah.
So Boats. Yeah, just not allowing much downfield progress there, but Rawman's managed to break through. And I think they've realised they've finally worked out that, yeah, there's some where those cars are
great
isolated.
grab. And
Right.
grab at the ankles is a tough one.
Hoovel and right off her toes, but that throw's gone over Rawman's head and into Reeve.
Oh, great pressure.
Yeah,
great
good pressure there. That was,
I think Blueberries have got the right idea. They're just going after it.
yeah. That was a good looking throw. Right idea to Beth Williams, but
One of those moments where you've maybe thrown it before you've caught it.
yeah.
Oh, good chase.
It's a short range throwaway again, and Emma Menzies makes sure of it on that one.
See what Blueberries can do here.
Puts a long
Oh,
floaty one out.
great sight.
Right on the doorstep now, but we're going to head to this high side. They've got numbers out there.
Being very patient.
Good shot there.
Oh,
It's too far of Beth Williams' hand there.
the vision on the field to be able to see that player back a few passes.
Yep.
It was out on that far side of the field, just completely open. That's the type of thing that the Blueberries need to do to make crawl their way back.
So Manly will go the full measure for goal. If Blueberries get an offensive point back, let's keep an eye on Samantha Rulman, number 7. She was just able to find completely open space in among that defense there. She was MVP at this point so far.
And a few times as well.
Big throw goes up looking for Chang, but that's gone. Oh, it's just gone over the top, and that's Christine Wang at the end of that one. Big crossfield throw. Kershaw gets a clip on the way through, but up and on with it. Reeve. It's got a couple heading to this bottom right corner, but doesn't like the look of it, so we'll head back infield. Anderson having to get low for that one.
An awkward catch, that one.
Yeah. Protecting her shoulder a bit there. Reeves put that one over the top looking for Kershaw, and that would have been a fantastic grab.
Thought she had her hands on that one, maybe just slipped through.
That would have been coming in hot because the wind was pushing that down and fast. So very hard to get a hold of those ones.
Oh, now there seems to be an injury call. I think getting on the ground a couple of times is just so for one of the Manly players.
Yeah.
So that means that all the players need to stop moving, and then they'll substitute. Also, if Blueberries want, they can sub one player at the same time.
Yeah, it was that awkward land there from Anderson. Sorry, from Richards. Yeah, she's been protecting that shoulder. You can see it sort of heavily strapped there. So probably like game one, day one, just not taking chances. I don't think she's hurt as such, but just any kind of minor twinge, you've got to go, no, I'm just going to.
And it looks like Blueberries have decided not to sub anyone, so they're keeping everyone on. And it looks like Manly's got this zone we were talking about before as well, but they're not.
Yeah. So see Rawman make that early charge. There she is right in the middle. She's worked this one out, so I'll try and run a fair bit through her until Manly are wise to it. But
there we go. They're now back to match defense, person on person.
There we go. Hoovelin, she's got Island long.
Yes.
Got a one step out. She's going to reel this one in.
No! That was such a good throw.
Couldn't have scripted that better.
What a throw, though. Like, the timing of that.
That was perfect throw because it was to Island's advantage ahead of Holly Reeve. Like, Reeve she just had to chase. Like, she didn't have a play on that disc because she's between.
It's just, let's see if my footsteps can do anything. Oh, look at that.
It's too much time to think about it.
Yeah. Yeah. But the attack that we're seeing now from the Blueberries is, it's what we needed to see. And you're talking about that gear shift. We've got it.
Yeah. Reeve now, plenty of colours coming towards her, but she's seen Chan going away. That's going to be a tricky one to read, and yet that's fallen short. She had to check over both shoulders to see where that was going. She would have been looking right into the sun too for that one.
Yeah, and so Hoovlin there, we can see, just didn't have to do much to defend that. Just be in the right place at the right time, really.
Kayo Hoovlin, big cross field. That's to Menzies, but Menzies got plenty of time to run it down. Looks centre field. Boats.
Not a lot.
No movement at all. Yep. It's going to have to move it laterally and hope for something, but Menzies working both sides of the field now. She's gone the last little up throw to Carter.
There we go.
Yeah, much better offense now from Blueberries.
Absolutely. Just a few little tweaks they need to make, just, you know, now that they're actually getting into the groove of it.
Yeah, that time it definitely helps them because there's those shorter range passes they were struggling with the first couple of points. They've really tidied them up.
Absolutely, absolutely. And they're taking, I feel like they were holding onto the disc maybe a little bit too long before, and now they're seeing something open and they're just respecting that and throwing to it straight away.
Yeah, especially when they get the disc close to the sideline. They're having one look upfield. Nope, okay, back lateral. So see this shot again from Reeve. It was a good shot. It was to Kershaw's advantage, but yeah, just...
Manly had a couple on that point where they were a bit out.
Yeah. See this shot again from Hoover.
That's so nice.
Best throw of the game. Throw of the game so far for sure, but just unfortunate that it didn't go on the scoreboard. But
that's all right.
But it's good now because Blueberries have shown their hand now and said to Manly, you're going to have to defend the whole field here. We can't. You're not just going to pin us into a corner. Strawn centres the first pass. Shaman back to Cardi. This is zone look now from Blueberries. It's a bit different, but yeah, there's room through the middle, and yeah, that was Hannah Chen getting that one, but
looks like we may have a call.
Copying a bit from Bendo, and I think, definitely going to be a foul call. And
so you can see the advisor behind signalling, and that signals that there was contact made.
Let's go and check. Like, we've got the benefit of replay here, so let's have a look at what happened. It was, both coming in the meet. Like, Bender did an okay job of trying to avoid it. Let's see if we can listen in on what's happening here.
So there might be some discussion about, like, change of direction.
Not yet. It's about to be.
So you can hear the advisor there because there is a time limit.
Contesting it, and let's keep the play going.
Yeah. So Aiden Turner, the game advisor there. Not their job to adjudicate on things, but just to keep the discussion going, keep the game on track. And yeah, contestant's probably the right outcome. I think both of them changed their direction at the last second and sort of met in the middle. So.
And I mean, you can argue, the offensive player has the right of way.
Yeah, of course.
But I think they were both turning at the same time. You can't say that one was there first. So, right decision.
No one's really at fault. It just happened. So, back to Stoddard to restart play. Fine, Shaman.
So, it looks like Blueberries have got a zone on still.
Yeah, it's an interesting one. We'll talk about it later. Lateral movement they're going to have to beat this one with, but Ogden's just gone with the long-range shot. Found Laws on her own. That was just inattentiveness from the deeper players there, I think.
Still keeping that zone on, even though we're close to the end zone.
Cardi puts a big hammer shot up. And straight into the hands. So I think it's Ruhlman again who's got that one. Yep. So
interesting. Normally when you get that close to an end zone, you'll go to match defense. But it paid off.
They've got the full measure to go to goal. Carter, nothing coming towards her. Oh,
that was close. Risky throw.
Risky shot, but Ruhlman just looking to go back to a handle straight away. And there we go. They're going to move up the field now. Menzies still on the sideline.
Oh, brilliant.
Yep. One look upfield, straight laterally. So Carter, good crossfield shot there to Bender.
Manly Manly seem to have taken their foot off on defence a little
Yeah,
bit
really.
here.
They're just giving them those undershots. And Menzies puts an absolute bullet out to Bender, but
She was so open.
so we'll see Blueberries reset this zone defence. Instead of typically zone defences, you see teams try and pin the teams to one sideline, use the sidelines as defender, but Blueberries are trying to funnel passes through the middle of the field here. You can see them trying, they know that Manly like that lateral movement, so they're trying to crowd the centre of the field. When we see them set up, they've got a few set up ahead of the disc. Well, they might have gone to a match here now. So.
Oh, no. Oh, no. They're still in their zone. So
Yeah,
interesting to see if they can get around it.
So they're gonna crowd that middle of the field, force lots of short passes, but can't do that against Stoddard. There we go. Laws. And she's called a foul. Looked like a fumble from here, but we don't have the best perspective, obviously, so it might have just been a tap of the hand.
And knock the disc out.
I am not sure on the ruling on that. That's a turnover in my opinion, but yeah, not sure what the exact ruling on that is, sorry.
So you'll hear there that the players, they can ask for advice and ask for rule clarification from the advisors, but at the end of the day, it's the players that make the call, not the advisors.
So they've agreed that it is a turnover. So Blueberries get another look. Lynch. Good shot there through to Hogan. Carter's really taking control of this offense, doing a great job of it, providing plenty of those angle throws.
Oh,
And there we go, Menzies with the
there
goal.
it is. And they've caught up. Look at that.
Yep.
So that they take their time out and then manage to catch themselves up. So a very pivotal timeout.
Yeah, and lots of different players getting involved on the offense now. They've had their defensive line out there to try and get this one. And yeah, throwers like Carter, we saw Menzies doing plenty of work, getting open a lot. So nice crisp movement there. But yeah, the zone, they're trying to funnel lots of passes through the centre of the field rather than pin them to a sideline, and yeah, just force Manly, I guess, to take those risky shots. You know, speaking of risky shots, we saw that hammer from Cardi, which not a bad look. Like it was.
Was it?
Well, it just floated too much.
Yeah.
If it was a bit more direct, it would have been.
And look, she didn't have a lot of other options.
Yeah.
There was not a lot of space. I guess that's one advantage sometimes to doing the zone close to the end zone, is that there's not a lot of space for people to run into, and it gives the illusion of lots of people right in front of you.
Yeah, because if you've got numbers up around the disc, you're going to be outnumbered out the back, so that's obviously a challenge.
But this is Blueberries pulling. If they can get the break, then they'll get the lead. Will that be the first time for the game?
It'll be the first lead for the game if they can do it.
Got to get the disc first.
House to Chang.
Oh.
Chang's going to have another go. Great catch.
Grab.
Good intercept there from Lynch. To Carter. He's got a couple in the end zone, but just would prefer to wait for Lynch. Great little jab step there. To Carter. No numbers on the high side though, but she throws it anyway.
Oh, look at that, Carter, that point. Oh,
And
unreal.
Beth Williams for the goal there. There
That
we go.
D from Lynch, that just that aggression just to go after it. A lot of players will just watch that sail and hit the ground.
Yeah.
But that's the difference between getting the point and not often.
Yeah, because the risky go for those hot floaty ones, Chang would have had plenty of time to have a second go at it.
Yeah, absolutely. So if she's watched it here, if she didn't go after that and it hit the ground, Manly would have scored, I reckon. But the patience in front of this end zone, that's something that's very difficult to instill in some players, is to not just take the shot and go for it to get the score, particularly when you're in a position where you could take the lead. There is that risk that you just go for it just to get the score, but they were so patient, happy to throw around their handlers. Good bit of play.
Carter to Williams is what will go on the score sheet, but for mine that's Lynch's goal.
Yeah,
she got the block and then slowed down the offense to let the Carters catch up, and so you see Lynch with the pull. Nice and floaty. It's going to give the defense time to get down there, so they'll have pressure on from the first pass. See Anderson who's back out there.
Oh, good hands.
So they're oh no.
Just Bit floaty, that one, and I don't think she expected to have that thrown to her.
Yeah, a bit complacent. Lynch has just sent this one again, looking for Ireland, who this time.
This! Whoa, what a turnaround.
Wow, that's 3 in a row for the Blueberries now.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see what Manly does here. It'd be tempting to call a timeout, wouldn't it?
Wouldn't it, yeah.
Because you only get a certain number of timeouts per game, correct?
Yeah, 2 per half and 3 for the game.
Oh, there we go, as we call it.
Yep.
Guess what happens?
If we get another look at this goal, so as we see...
So this is where, unfortunately, just...
Yeah, no spin. Watch Ireland's hands on this one. We saw her drop one of these earlier. Watch how wide she gets and absolutely make sure of it.
This is fine. It's not going anywhere.
Yeah, but that's fantastic focus by her to go, right, I'm absolutely making sure of this one.
Yeah, she just really was focused on that, getting it in.
Yeah.
Unreal.
So timeout for Manly, and again, it's not, we've seen Blueberries get a couple of blocks, but again, it's just, I think, making us, I don't know if there's a way to put this, making assumptions with their throwing. They're sort of making the basic throws, just being like, oh yeah, this will work.
Yeah.
And not always coming out. It's definitely a focus thing for them. I don't think structurally or skillfully they're doing anything wrong.
Yeah.
It's all just in their head. So while Blueberries have a 2-goal lead, it's still very, very much in this game.
Yeah, absolutely. And I think we saw that Blueberries switched on after the last timeout. I think we'll see that from Manly this time.
We're going to head down to Amy Chang, who's been listening to the Manly timeout.
Thanks. I've just been listening into the Manly timeout. They've got Lara Perami telling them to be confident, hold on to their values, and stay with their personal excellence.
Unreal. And that seems like it's a consistent message with what they said last time, and that is just stick to the plan, stick to their values. And, I mean, it's early on, right? So it's about going through the paces. I mean, you don't want a loss early, but if it happens, that's all right.
Yeah. Day one, game one. You don't want to sort of change what you're doing right now.
Absolutely.
Daniel was over there listening to the Blueberries timeout. What was the message over there?
Well, what I heard was some guided breathing. They running through some meditation, trying to calm down now that they've taken the lead.
We saw them doing that before the game, before we went to air, Beckers. They had a very long guided meditation session as a team.
I mean, you and I have been around Ultimate Frisbee for a little while. Back in the day, you would never, ever see a team doing some deep breathing exercises. But look, it works, and psychology is such a big part of sport now.
Yeah. Because obviously it's, as we see, Blueberries have got the zone again. So they've got crowded 4 or 5 around the disc and just really trying to funnel the throws into the center of the field where they've got the numbers. So they're forcing Manly to go backwards and lateral at the moment.
Oh,
and
unreal.
That's the kind of throw that zone's forcing them to do.
It'll be interesting to see if they can convert this into a point here, because that means they'll get half.
Yeah, Lynch and Carter again working together at the back there, and I think there might have been a contact call there, so stall count would have reset for Carter. Williams comes back to help.
Again, just happy for them to bounce it around the handlers.
Yep.
Oh. All right.
Williams having to reach behind her for that one. So let's have this look at the zone again. And Manly is set up. They're going to have to go backwards and around it. There we go. They've recognised that. But there's just got no numbers on the near side here. So they're probably going to need to pull an extra thrower back. As we see Stoddard look to get involved. Kershaw there. And there we go. The idea was there. That's what they need to do. That's how they're going to beat. That's how they're going to beat this.
A little bit rushed.
Yep.
Other than that was the right idea, because that's the risk with a zone, is that you've got then all of your players back where the disc was.
Yes.
And they've just got to play catch up.
Rulman again, centre field on her own. They're paying a bit more attention to her now. Lynch.
Oh, good hands.
Carter.
Oh, great D. Good pressure. That's the grunt we need from Manly.
Fantastic bid from Cardi there.
All right, looks like this zone is back on again.
Yep, Strawn.
There's a call here.
And Cardi, heavy landing there. She's called the injury.
Yeah.
Again, it's day one. You don't want to push yourself too hard. Any kind of maybe, just take the rest, see where you are.
But the intensity on defense has definitely lifted from Manly.
Yep.
But this zone, they're really struggling with getting around it and just having that patience when they do get through.
Yep. See Lauren Simcox, the player coming on. Quite literally takes the place of Cardi.
Oh, tried to thread it through, but there were two Blueberry players in the way.
Carter has a good long look upfield. Williams is there. Not quite in, so she's right on the line. Looking away from the end zone so she doesn't get too excited. Ends up flicking it up. And
there we go. They take half.
great goal there by
How's that?
Laylee Bender. And again, like, this is just all the defensive unit from Blueberries. They've really worked this out. They've really crowded that middle of the field, generating those blocks, and then just going full send on the offense.
I honestly don't think that Manly expected that zone when they came out of that halftime, and I think that they initially saw that and were a bit panicked and didn't quite know what to do with it. And it took them a bit to work it out, but unfortunately just too late. And then it got to a point of desperation, trying to throw it through the middle, and it just didn't work.
So we're going to... So once the team gets to 8 goals, we consider it halfway to be the game, and so this is the half break. Not quite half time. We're not at the 50-minute cap yet, but it'll be a 5-minute break. We're going to head down to Daniel Clinton, who's got one of the players from Blueberries for a quick chat.
I'm here with Kelly Carter. Kelly, playing in the Hex offense with Hammertron, how has that changed your game as a offensive player?
I tend to like the quick give and go movement, especially moving the disc before stall 2. I think it gets you ahead of the defence and keeps you on the front foot. So that's the main thing that I really like on offence now that I've played Hex for a couple of years and now back to traditional vert and horror. Yeah.
Another question, New Zealand has a long history of coming over to Australia and ruining our teams. Was that talked about before you came over?
Not in those words, Dan. I think it's always a challenge for us coming up against teams that we don't know anything about. And I think you would have seen at the start of this game, there was a few first game jitters, trying to figure out what the other team wants and then settling into playing what we think our strength is. So I think that's what we want to come into every game, bit of problem-solving mode, and then settle into each game. Yeah.
Well, you've certainly done that. Thank you very much for your time, Kelly. Good luck for the second half.
Yes, thank you.
Back to you, Simon.
All right, thanks, Daniel. We're going to take a quick break for a couple of
I've got Amber Riches from Manly Ultimate, one of the younger and up-and-coming stars. Amber, we were up, Manly was up a few points, and now Blueberries have come back. What do you think the strategy is for the team going forwards?
Yeah, I mean, we've had quite an extensive season so far, so I think we've had plenty of chance to practice how to proceed in these kinds of situations. So, yeah, I think we're just a team chat over there, so I believe, yeah, they'll be discussing strategy and how to come back with this kind of margin. And, yeah, we have faith in ourselves, so I believe that we can come back from this.
Faith in yourselves is a great way to proceed. And Amber, we saw you take a little bit of an injury in the end zone a couple of points ago. How's that injury going?
Yeah, good. It's been a few months now. The brace is very effective. Thankfully, it held everything together. So, yeah, just the recovery from injury has been a long one, but it's been very good to be back here at Nationals. So, yeah, it's been amazing. Yeah.
Great, you heard it here first. Thank you, Amber. Back to the lovely Beck and Simon.
All right, second half here, Simon. It's I think that the Manly are not going to just roll over.
Absolutely not. So the women's division teams have 3 games today, so they'll play 8 games over the 4 days, and so you don't want to put all your emotion, all your energy into just the one game. So,
but then also you got to win the games to get to the end.
Too. They're not by any stretch out of it yet. We've seen Manly come back from worse situations than this. So Reeve to Stoddard. They've had a good chat about the zone and how to defeat it. It looks like they're going with sort of 1 pass lateral movement rather than 2 or 3, just so the defence has not as much time to get across. So Chang. Wind's died down a bit, so it's going to be a lot easier. House, there we go. Finds the room up the sideline to Anderson. Chang centre field now and puts a long shot looking for it, and there we go. They've worked it out, Beck.
They have. That was a risky throw into the end zone, but it was, they're looking like the Manly at the start of the game. So at the start of the game, they were catching it straight away, hitting what was open, taking the options that were presented early.
Yep.
And then they fell into a bit of a pattern of going and second-guessing themselves. But that passage of play, just as soon as it's on, throw it.
Yeah. And the throws are direct. They're just absolutely bulleting at their teammates, and
not even a chance for Blueberries to get in there.
Yeah, not enough time for the defence to actually react. As soon as their throw goes up, the defence has to make that decision straight away. Am I going to bid on this or am I not? And just by not giving them time to even think about it, it just gives you it puts the pressure all back on them to reposition, regroup, regather.
And I like that Manly's come out after half and they've gone, yep, we're here.
Yep.
We're here. We're not out of this yet. So you come match our energy now.
Yeah. So it's all well and good to put in the goal when you've received the pull, but to win the game, you need to take the disc off the other team. So this is where it begins. Reeves put the pull up. Nice floaty one. So going for hang time rather than distance. And so had the pressure on for the first pass to see Kershaw get right down and right up in the... Putting a solid mark on Ireland. Manly looking to tie up that middle of the field, and here we go. What a throw there to Tara Lennartz.
Oh.
Yeah, overcooked short, and yeah, that's short. Both teams struggling with those shorter throws, those little 5 to 10 metre ones.
Yeah, they're the ones that you can kind of risk. You get a bit lazy on catching.
Yeah. Reeve. There's a couple of players deep, and we see Kershaw get the big gainer there. About 20 from goal now. And Richards. That's a fantastic grab by Reeves called it down herself. I thought that was good.
There was a bit of a bounce there, but it looked spectacular.
Yeah.
That's something I thought we'd see more of from New Zealand is people getting on their guts. They're notorious for just putting their body on the line.
Great grab there by Young with 2 defenders closing in on her. And Ireland, Young running nice little give-go movement. We're on the doorstep now. Oh, fantastic. No, she's put that short. There was a great move there by Boats to get her defender tied up and find space in that front corner. But just the throw was just, again, rushed.
Yeah, she didn't step out. She threw it straight into her defender. Just a bit excited.
Yeah, that and when you're that close to the throw, you're not giving them enough time to really implement their proper throw in action. They just kind of get it out. Reeve pumps the big one up.
Look at that run. Look, I got taught when you go, attack early.
Yeah.
And that's what she did.
Yes.
Didn't quite pay off, but it was, I think when you've got a taller defender on you, you've got to just go for it.
Yeah. So Blueberries with another go. Young finding plenty of space in that sort of middle third of the field, the centre third of the field. And again, another short throw turnover. These are going to be damaging for Blueberries, so they can't address that. Richards. Not much happening upfield. And again, I think both teams are hurrying themselves a bit. We'll probably see, I think Blueberries are still going to try and put the heat on by going slow, but if Manly get another go, they'll really, really try and slow it down, I think.
Well, you can hear the sidelines getting a bit louder, a bit, and that can sometimes feed onto the field.
Young taking that one clearly that time. There's one look backwards, goes up forward to Hoovlin all on her own, and there we go. Ireland with another goal.
Bit of a Manly mistake there. There was no one on that player on Hoovlin. She was just kind of left out there on her own, and
that's the attacking move. We saw them attempt it a few times during this point. That it starts with that sort of short range forehand to a defender running up the line, but just didn't come.
Oh, there's that. Ooh, was that down?
I thought it looked good, but
look, I mean, as you say, we have the advantage of replay,
of
but
course.
that she may have had that.
Oh, look, she's called it down herself, and she didn't hesitate. She didn't even think about it. She's like, no, I didn't get to that.
Yeah.
There we go. It was that, those short leading passes. That's what they've been trying to do. Unfortunately, Manly just gave them too many goes at it. So 9-6 now. So Manly
weren't able to convert on that one.
No, but they've got offense now. They absolutely need to put this one in and get the game back on their terms.
Yeah.
They can't let Blueberries just take control and run away with this one. We talked about gears earlier. Both teams definitely have more in them.
Oh, yeah.
We're not seeing their peak yet. That pull's landed in, and it's put pressure on them early, but Strawn's not worried about that at all. Cardi through the middle to Stoddard. Stoddard to Otten. There's a couple looks upfield. Probably just look for a handler now. Nice little high flick to Cardi. Not much happening towards her. Going to have to go wide and long. Longley's underneath this one with
nice.
Lynch out the back again. Lynch just better read, better position.
Numerous times this game.
Rawman. Williams. Lynch, that's a great throw. And Williams, he's got a couple looks upfield, but decides not to take it. Manly paying a lot more attention to Rawman this time, but they probably need to put more pressure on Lynch here. She's just playing the game she wants to play. And Williams, look at that.
Now, Manly had a really good opportunity when they got that disc because Blueberries went to put the zone on. But Manly got to throw up really nice and early, so that zone, those 3-4 players were chasing that disc.
Yeah.
And there was so much open space, but just that one overthrow, that lofty pass, and it just, yeah.
And again, like it's the tactical back and forth. We saw Manly. We thought they'd worked out their zone, like the longer lateral throws were going to do it. But again, Blueberries seem to have adjusted, and it feels like Manly are taking risks just a fraction outside their comfort zone on those wider throws. I've seen a couple of overheads, a couple of high release. And I just wonder if Blueberries have adjusted ever so slightly to sort of tempt them to go back through the middle again. Like we're gonna take care of these lateral ones again.
And as they said at halftime, like Blueberries, these are all brand new teams.
Yep.
They haven't played them before, and I know the Blueberries are training for world clubs, so like this is great for them to come across new teams and be practicing and training those adaptations as they go.
Yep. Of course, Blueberries were runners-up at the most recent New Zealand National Championships to Nexus, but had already secured the bid for the World Ultimate Club Championships happening later this year in the US. Chen. There we go. This wide lateral movement, not trying to get too greedy on the yardage on those swings. Shaban.
Oh.
Chang. She's got Kershaw out wide. I think, oh, she's thrown that too far out of Simcox. I don't think Simcox is ready for that one to come to her. Again, thinking sometimes when you think 2 passes ahead, you can sort of forget about the one that's in front of you.
Yeah, and with the zone, it's very easy to overthink a little bit.
Carter. Points. Delivers. But Chang all over it.
It was a very stationary stack there. There was not a lot of people moving. It was kind of a, I'm going to throw it, you go get it.
I'm a very big fan of the point and deliver.
I know, Simon.
But the trick is, if you point, the defence can see you pointing.
Yeah. And when there's not movement already happening, it can sometimes be a bit delayed.
Yeah, it's like, well, this is where we're throwing it. So
now, this is a good opportunity to watch this zone.
Oh, here we go, yes. You can see, the crowd around the disc, and they've sort of pulled one out of that 5 to take care of that lateral pass. So Manly deep in their own end zone. They can't afford to go backwards too much further. They'll be out of field. Chang, pull it through the middle. And that's the throw that's going to beat it. But don't get too excited. You're going to have to do that a few times. Anderson, Chang. To Shaban. To House. Good swing to Chen. This is how to beat it. Just that back and forth. Make the defence do all the work. And Anderson, she had a long time to think about that. Menzies just got in enough pressure to make her second guess it. So, Blueberries with another go. The cuts are all going to come from the left of screen towards the disc. Not much is going to happen away from the disc. Manly are ready for those ones. So, you see Carter up the line, has one look. There's a bit happening on that side, but it has to come back this way. Hogan. Good shot. The bender, and that's just broken them open again. Carter through the middle.
Oh, there's a call there.
Yeah, Williams, I think there's an injury
Cops
call.
the disc on the way through, I think.
Yep. Yep, she's called the injury, so she'll take... Look at it.
Have a look. Oh, there we go. Oh. Good fake.
I mean, well, it's only a little bit of plastic, but when you're not ready for it.
No. And when it's on the tip of your nose, not ideal.
Yeah. So Christine Wang to sub on, and Williams will still run on the goal line. She's got a lot happening around her. So she goes backwards, gets in the hands of Carter. Carter's the damaging thrower.
And break there.
Another goal for Menzies, and it's
getting a bit further and further out of reach, isn't it?
The point where we start wondering about whether they've run away with this one. So Blueberries.
Manly's defence, they haven't done much to change it up.
Yeah.
It's just been match defence the whole game. And it's starting to look, so at the start, that loose player, they had someone that was picking up on that open space, and it was really effective. And I think Blueberries have figured that out.
Yeah.
And they're now looking for that open person that doesn't have a player on them. And Manly haven't recognised that and gone, oh, we better go back, we better man up. And so it's giving them Blueberries a really easy free pass every time.
And there's not a lot of pressure on the thrower. Typically, the defender will stand on one side of the thrower and force them to throw either the forehand or the backhand.
Yeah.
But I don't know whether they're deliberately giving them like a flat mark and letting them go lateral other side, or they're just not.
Yeah, it's
not locking it on hard enough.
It's not the defensive pressure I've seen from Manly in the past.
Not at
but
all,
as we say, game one, day one, they're missing some of their players, but that's not really, I don't think, the difference here.
Yeah.
I just think the intensity needs to go up a notch on defense.
Yeah, completely agree. It's not out of reach. So Blueberries need 4 goals.
We've got time left as well.
We've got lots of time left. Still over half an hour of play to go. That's a big shot going up. Otten on the end of this one.
Oh, wow. And a great bid there from Ireland, who, you know, you see that happening, you just go for it. But what a score.
Yeah, and that's the kind, and this is the kind of play we used to for Manly. Like when we get to bracket play on day 3 and 4, if Manly are there, this is what you're going to see.
Yeah, you mentioned that at the start. You were like, hang on. And look, they're proving you correct that it is going to come. And, I mean, Holly Reeves, she's happy to do that all day, every day.
One of the best long backhands in Australian Ultimate.
Yeah.
If you're going to let her do something, let her do anything other than that.
Very true.
Yeah.
But she's also perfectly comfortable doing that as a forehand as well.
Of course.
So when you're playing up against her,
Yeah.
it's a call of, okay, where's she looking? How can I stop her from throwing to that?
Yeah. And Otten, of course, used to being on the receiving end of those throws. That they've thrown plenty of times at league and training and everything. She just that almost psychic connection. Oh, Holly's got it. I better go for a run.
Yeah.
So Holly with the pull. Holly Reeve with the pull now. That's going to stay in bounds. Just.
Oh, Manly trying to get there before it hits the ground.
Yep. Good chase down from Annie Longley. And there we go. They've gone to a match look. Ireland. The Guinness.
And there we go. So they were on that bit of that, what we call maybe junk, where there's that loose player, and now they've gone to their match play.
There we go. A lot more pressure on the throwers now. So this is not letting them just do whatever they want. There we go.
There's a D. Oh, Holly's in this game.
Yeah, the hand block from Reeve there. And there we go. Chen picked it up straight away, gone to Reeve.
Wow. I think we're seeing that intense switch on a little bit.
Yes.
Now, Holly Reeve is quite the decorated player, we could say. And so it seems she's showing a bit of leadership here.
Yeah.
And just going, all right, like, let's get a bit of momentum back on our side.
It was pretty much a matter of time before she goes, right, girls, jump on the back. I'm carrying this.
Yeah, yeah. And you'll notice now, she's now taken herself off the field.
Yep.
She's, like, all right, we got momentum, let's go. And that's what good leaders do. You don't have to stay on every point, but you do go on, you change the momentum a little bit and keep the game rolling.
And provide those kind of players just provide a bit of spark to everyone on the team to go, right, if they can do it, I'm capable of something.
Bit of belief.
So.
But that grab, look, she's twisted her body and gone back behind her to get that. That's very skillful.
Unbelievable. The problem with good players like that, they make things look so effortless. Yeah. And it's up to us to go, that's actually quite hard.
Yeah. Well, the fan's got his sign back up again, so.
Yep, Holly's #1 fan over there in the car park. So here we go again. They've left the throwers open again, and there we go. Hoovlin. Nice little give-go movements. They can't get in there, and bang, there we go.
Blueberries like, oh yeah, I see you, Holly Reeves. I raise you one. That was, again though, that little short pass was risky and that nearly got D'd.
Yes.
So that Blueberries have really got to watch that. As the tournament goes on, they get a little bit more fatigued.
Yeah.
They're going to, like this little pass, then back again. Oh, I nearly dropped, but yeah.
Manly cannot let this become a shootout.
No.
Because Blueberries only need 3 more goals.
Exactly.
So, like Manly... Yep, we'll probably see them go for it on this one to get that offensive goal, but they need to lock on that defense earlier. We know they're a good defensive team, but only if they get it on before Blueberries can get moving.
Yeah. Gotta love that little celebration that was just had at the end there.
So we tick up to the 70-minute mark. So we're still 30 minutes from time. No, we're not going to get to time cap, I don't think.
No, I don't think we could. Well, look, who knows?
Who knows?
It's Manly. We could be here a while.
Good pull there from Menzies. Just, again, not going huge distances, getting it inbounds, giving enough time for the defense to get down there and set up.
And there's a call.
Call's been made.
Not quite sure what it is.
It
looks like it's downfield, so to
No.
right.
I spotted this. So they're saying that Otten hit it before it
here we
hit
go.
the ground.
No.
What's the call?
So,
yeah, we've got the benefit of a replay. Yeah.
So, if the player does touch it and it then goes to ground,
turnover.
The other team gets possession.
From my perspective, she's just putting it on the ground. So it starts from
there. So yeah, they're right to ask the question. Like, you can make the call, and they've just said, look, this is what we think happened. They can have the chat, but they can just retract the call. And that's what they've done. They're satisfied that they're almost fine with it. There we go. Stoddard centre to Otten.
Pinpoint. That was, what a play. That's beautiful.
Yep. Nice little set play, that one.
Yeah.
So, Anna Stoddard, fantastic thrower. She's previously from Sugar Magnolias from Newcastle.
Right. Yep.
Relocated to Sydney for work. to the northern suburbs there, and so joined Manly, and so it's been quite a handy addition to their team. Like to have another power thrower like Stoddard added to your team, and even though she'd be a handler for Sugar Magnolias, but when they've got the calibre of handlers that they do, you can have her play downfield.
Oh,
and
absolutely.
having a cutter who can throw like
Oh,
that, it's just...
Yeah. But I'd argue that New Zealand have got similar players.
Oh, easily, yeah.
I just don't think we've seen their full range yet.
No, not at all.
Which, look, that's hold on to those skills. Don't show all your cards.
Yeah. We're just having a bit of a problem with the scoreboard there. That's not the correct score on the screen. It is 9-12 to Blueberries.
Yeah, I was like, hang on. That was worth
That was quick.
3 points. There we go.
Yeah.
But as we said, Manly just sneaking their way back up.
They need to lock on this defense early and cannot let them get the first easy passes. This cannot become a shootout. And there we go. They're going for the shorter pull.
But D's already on before that first throw.
This is how they're going to do it. Simpson.
They're happy to leave that thrower without a mark
so
on.
close. Yep. Just to give them an extra defender downfield. Not a bad look. They really wanted to slow the offense down, but they've broken through. Island now. Simpson, nice little give go. Island, she's got a one-on-one in the end zone, but decides to look shorter instead. Simpson just doing what she wants. Nice little casual grab there from Bo. She's got a player on her own on that high side, and there we go. They finally got it to her. That's Young out there. Young's had a fantastic game, just providing a lot of those just not necessarily big gainers, but just allow them to maintain possession. Big shot there. And that's a fantastic catch by Hooverlin.
Oh, no, calling it not in. So some saying goal, some saying not. Yep, and it's scored goal.
Strawn at the back there for Manly said straight away, that's a goal. I don't know what everyone else is talking about.
Yeah.
So
it was interesting, those two Blueberry players were actually quite in the end zone, just stationary for quite a while. That's when they make their cut. And so you'll notice there was that wait, that patience. All right, now's my opportunity. And that's what gave them the gainer to get the score.
Yeah,
well, let's have a look at those feet. Oh, yeah, that's in.
Easily.
Yeah.
Of course, we... Let's remember that. The fantastic facility here, the Tomaree Sports Complex in Nelson Bay, thanks to the wonderful folks at Port Stephens Council for being a major partner for this tournament. Of course, keen viewers on Kayo Freebies would have tuned in for the Division 2 a couple of weeks ago.
Oh, absolutely. I was watching from home for sure, Simon.
3 days of action there, and we've got day 4 today with another 3 days coming up over the weekend. Strawn. Cardi.
He's at zone again.
Yep. Stoddard. Not much happening ahead of the field. It's all just going to be small ball here. Cardi just parking herself just behind that zone. So there's a little short gainer. Stoddard's going to have to go. Just too much on that one.
I think Holly wanted that throw there, but the receiver wasn't quite ready.
Carter. Sends it.
Too far?
Too far?
Too far.
Too far.
And Holly's like, no. But great sight to see that. That was way out the back past all the other players.
When you need 2 goals to win the game and you're up by 4, you can't take those speculative shots like that.
Here we go.
Reeve goes to one of her own again. Looking for Otten.
Great throw.
Just so calm. Just position herself well. So Stoddard's got Hannah Chen, but Rawman's underneath and Chen goes early. Yep.
Great attack.
Yep. That's what Manly need to do. Back their receivers in.
Absolutely. And look, that Blueberries was scrambling then.
Yep. Can't fault anything with decision making. Obviously, execution can always be better. Let's face it.
So here we go. We've got just a vertical stack.
Yep.
And we see what's called a pick. which is kind of like shepherding in AFL. So it's when a player gets between the defender player chasing an offensive player, and it prevents them from being able to continue to follow them and chase them.
Yeah, basically just it's there to avoid collisions. So it just pauses the play and lets the defender restart. So Lynch and Carter just working as a pairing now. They find Bender. One of these little lateral give-go movements from Blueberries. It seems every player on the team's capable of executing it, which is fantastic.
Absolutely.
Young. I'll try and look up the line now, perhaps. Yep, there we go.
So you'll notice stationary upfield. I say that as...
Yep. Straight into the lap of Roman. Roman just positioned herself perfectly there. Just drew Otten well out of the play. We'll come back to that Bender.
Bit close.
When she's... The numbers are on this low side, so she wants to get it out there and gets that break throw out, and...
So there's potentially a call.
Offensive foul, I think, has been a call.
So that's when the player with the disc makes contact with the person defending?
But, she's retracted it, though, and has let the goal stand.
Okay. It looks like they're having a bit of a chat about it, which is always good. Kind of gives... you always want to do that when that type of thing happens, and it just helps you to be able to keep the spirit of the game and continue to play in a really positive way. And it looks like they're going to go off and have the conversation off the field, which I think is really awesome.
Yep. So we said that. Grab from Otten, just calm as you like, just not worried at all. Just backed herself in, found her position. Great grab there by Bender.
It's interesting, you know, Manly's defence, when there was that turn, was unreal, and they were really switched on. And then as soon as Blueberries stopped their movement, Manly kind of switched off a little bit. And then and that's when there was that open player, really easy pass to get the score.
Yep. So it's what we call game point now for Blueberries. So they, one goal to win.
Yeah.
That's all they need.
But they've got to get the defence first.
Yes. So pressure's all on Manly. Blueberries just need to do what they keep doing. So I wouldn't be surprised to see the pull's going to land out. And
so by putting a hand up like that, that signals I'm not going to take it from the sideline, but I'm going to walk it into what we call the brick mark, which is a little bit up from the end zone, middle of the field. There's normally, you'll see there's an X on the right of screen. That's the brick mark. So that's where you get to take it in.
So they've isolated, Manly have isolated just a few behind the disc. And they bring everyone in now. And
Overthrow there.
They changed their formation. You can't do that. Stick with your plan. Don't respond.
That's been their motto the whole time, hasn't it?
I know,
but let's see if Blueberries can convert here.
Yep.
Manly need to really switch on the defence, apply the pressure, get the disc back.
So Stephanie Lynch, about 40 from goal. Couple of passes to this near side. That's what Manly are giving them. But again, just looking for that inside shot. Young. And there we go.
Easy.
Island with the grab. 5 minutes from goal now. Lynch, numbers on that high side. Doesn't like it. They're just going to take their time.
Manly are applying the pressure here, though.
Hogan.
Not letting them get a sniff.
Simpson, there we go to Island. And there we go. That's the goal.
That's it.
And first win of the weekend goes to Blueberries from Auckland.
Pretty stoked about it by the looks of it. Got to be happy with that one to start their tournament, their campaign here at Nationals.
Well, the most recent runner-up of New Zealand Nationals has defeated the most recent runner-up of Australian Nationals. So shows the strength of New Zealand Women's Ultimate, and they are stoked about that one. This is a huge scalp for them.
Absolutely, and this kind of lets the Australian Ultimate community know, hang on, we're here to play.
And gets them in pool players. To get that kind of scalp in day one in pool play, that just sets them up so well for the rest, because they would have looked at their draw and gone, right, we've got a tough one first up.
Yeah.
If we can steal this win, sets them up for the rest of today as well.
Yeah,
they've got 2 more games today. So,
and look, credit to Blueberries. They use their side so well, and they've got quite a few really strong players. I think we're going to hear from a couple of them now.
Yeah, we're going to head down to Daniel, who's with Stephanie Lynch.
Yeah, I'm here with Steph Lynch. Steph, an excellent game. You're one of the keys there to that victory. What do you think went really well for you in that game?
I think we really came back with some composure. I don't know, maybe it's the first game streamed, it was like a lot, and coming all this way, but we really brought some composure back and just put that little bit of lift, I think, during that half time. And yeah, so it was just like a really good game, really good stuff for our team to just pull it together in our two different lines that we have going at the moment.
And you're preparing for World Clubs. A victory here, how does that play into the preparation?
Oh, it's a huge thing. The fact that we were able to actually leave our country is a massive deal. So to get this game time against some really high quality Aussie clubs, like this is fantastic. So yeah, this is going to lead really nicely into what we have to offer in Cincinnati.
Well, you've beaten the second place getters from last year. That's an excellent start. We're going to go back to, we're going to go straight over to Amy Chang.
Yeah, let's do it.
Great, thanks very much, Daniel. Hi everyone, I've got Samantha Ruhlman with me from the Blueberries. Samantha, what an exciting game. I saw you celebrating really joyously at the end. How did that game make you feel?
Yeah, super excited. I'm originally from America, so I'm naturally super competitive. And I've only started playing Frisbee since I went to New Zealand like 6 years ago, but it was such a great game. I think the Manly team has such strong players and they had really good big throws and receivers, but I think, and they got ahead of us a little bit in the beginning, but we put a different defensive look, which kind of stopped that, and I think that worked for us. But I think that both teams were like a little bit shaky in the beginning, being the first game, but I'm so proud of my team, and I'm so excited, and I can't wait for our next game.
Great, you should be proud of your team. Do you think there's any lessons that the Blueberries will be itching to take in for the rest of the tournament?
Yeah, chilly. It can get really exciting when you're out here playing in a different country with such great conditions that we're not used to, especially I'm from Wellington. It's way worse weather. So I think we just need to have a little bit more composure on offense, especially like after a turn. But we're really excited to be here, and thank you so much for having us. And hi, Mom and Dad, and John and Joseph.
Great, thanks so much, Samantha. Awesome, congratulations again. Thank you. Back to you, Simon and Beck.
Thank you, Amy.
How's that? That's lovely.
How's the energy from the two of them?
Oh, so good.
Aren't they up and about? Well, thanks for joining us for the first game. We've got a bit of a break until the next game. The next game will be coming to you in about 30 minutes time or so. We're going to be facing Chile from Melbourne versus Sublime from WA, and that's going to be a cracker as well. So we're going to take a break, and we'll be back with the next game soon.
What's important?
Mo Shea Beats.